Ukraine and U.S. sign groundbreaking minerals deal, a new era for reconstruction. In a significant move that could reshape the future of Ukraine, the country has officially signed a groundbreaking minerals deal with the United States, a venture that has been championed by none other than former President Donald Trump. This agreement is not just a piece of paper, it represents a shared vision for prosperity, as it involves the sharing of profits and royalties from the sale of Ukraine's rich mineral resources, including rare earth elements. These funds are crucial for Ukraine's reconstruction efforts following the devastating impacts of the ongoing conflict with Russia. The signing took place in Washington after months of intense negotiations, filled with ups and downs, and just when it seemed like everything was set, there were last-minute hurdles to overcome. But the determination of both nations prevailed, leading to the establishment of a joint investment fund aimed at revitalizing Ukraine. This deal is particularly important as Trump seeks to facilitate a peace settlement in the ongoing war that has plagued Ukraine for over 3 years. For Ukraine, this agreement is a vital step in mending its relationship with the Trump administration, which had seen some strain since he took office. Ukrainian officials are optimistic that this deal will ensure continued support from the U.S. in their defense against Russian aggression. In a moment captured in a photograph shared on social media, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Ukrainian First Deputy Prime Minister Yulia Sviridenko proudly signed the agreement. The U.S. Treasury emphasized that this deal is a clear indication of the Trump administration's commitment to a free and prosperous Ukraine. Sviridenko took to social media to highlight the benefits of the accord, stating that it not only includes direct financial contributions but also opens the door for new forms of assistance, such as air defense systems for Ukraine. While the U.S. has not directly confirmed this aspect, it's clear that the partnership is designed to bolster Ukraine's defenses. Since Russia's invasion in 2022, the U.S. has been Ukraine's largest military supporter, providing over 64 billion euros in aid, according to the Kiel Institute in Germany. Before the signing, Trump reiterated the importance of ensuring that the U.S. receives something in return for its support, which is why securing a deal for Ukraine's abundant rare earth minerals has been a priority. The U.S. Treasury described the partnership as a recognition of the substantial financial and material support that the American people have extended to Ukraine since the onset of the full-scale invasion by Russia. Sviridenko emphasized that the agreement allows Ukraine to maintain control over its resources, stating, "We determine what and where to extract, ensuring that the subsoil remains under Ukrainian ownership." Ukraine is rich in natural resources, including rare earth metals essential for consumer electronics, electric vehicles, and military applications. With global rare earth mining largely dominated by China, which is currently engaged in a trade war with the U.S., this deal could position Ukraine as a key player in the global market. Additionally, Ukraine boasts significant reserves of iron, uranium, and natural gas. A crucial point in the negotiations was that Ukraine has no debt obligations to the United States under this agreement, a factor that was heavily debated. Sviridenko also noted that the deal aligns with Ukraine's constitution and its aspirations to join the European Union, reinforcing Ukraine's negotiating stance. While the minerals deal and U.S. peace efforts have been discussed separately, they reflect a broader strategy from Washington regarding Ukraine and Russia. Trump's approach has shifted U.S. policy, sometimes softening the stance towards Russia and placing blame on Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for the ongoing conflict. U.S. peace proposals have included controversial suggestions, such as recognizing Russia's claim to Crimea, which was seized in 2014, and potentially other regions. Zelensky has firmly stated that Ukraine will never concede to such demands, as it would violate the country's constitution. Sviridenko concluded by stating that this agreement sends a strong message to global partners. Long-term cooperation with Ukraine is not only possible but also reliable. A draft of the agreement revealed that Ukraine successfully negotiated the removal of any repayment obligations for past military assistance, a significant victory for Kyiv. However, the draft did not provide concrete U.S. security guarantees, which had been one of Ukraine's initial goals. In a parallel effort, Ukraine is also in discussions with European allies to form an international force aimed at ensuring its security if a peace agreement with Russia is reached. This minerals deal marks a pivotal moment in Ukraine's journey towards recovery and stability, and the world will be watching closely as these developments unfold.